book lovers, welcome back to the Bibliovert channel. My name is Jacqueline. So in last week's video, we made an announcement about the Maassive Readathon that we are hosting for the month of June. So if you have not watched that, I definitely recommend going and watching that first and then coming back over here because nothing will make sense. So for this video, I am going to be sharing with you what court I'm in, the places I'm hoping to travel to, and all the books that I am hoping to get to that are on my TBR. So let's go ahead and we'll jump right on into it. So typically, if people ask me what court I'm in, I would say spring because I love gardening, I love all things flowers. I've always kind of gotten like a royalty core or a cottage core vibe whenever I've read the books. However, I am also a night owl and an insomniac. And Valeris has always kind of reminded me of Paris. That's kind of how I picture it in my mind, especially with the river. So I was a little bit torn with what court I was going to be in for our Maassive Readathon. But after much deliberation, I have decided that I am going to be in the night court, and I am really excited. So the prompts for the night court are 1, read a book with enemies to lovers trope, 2, read a book about vampires, and 3, read a book that has a pretty naked cover. So when you take the dust jacket off, it has a pretty like hardback. So the books that I'm going to be reading for those 3 prompts are Spend the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim, Crave by Tracy Wolff, and Gilded Wolves by Roshani Chokski. So Spend the Dawn is our book buddy read that we will be doing for the month of June. Usually we only have this for our patrons. However, we did decide to open it up to everyone who participates in the Maassive Readathon. We will also be having a book buddy vlog that we will be releasing at the end of the month. We really wanted to be conscious and make sure that the book that we choose will fit into at least one of the prompts from every court so that it wouldn't add to anyone's TBR, it could just already fit in. Spend the Dawn is a Mulan retelling about a girl named Maya who is a seamstress, and when her father gets called to court, she instead takes his place, finds that there is a competition to become a tailor, and there is a lot that ensues. I have had my eye on this book for a while and I am really interested in it. This one will be filling my enemies to lovers prompt. So I'm not gonna lie, I had a little bit of a hard time finding which book I will be reading for my vampire prompt. However, I am going to read Crave by Tracy Wolff. It is definitely giving me Twilight vibes. I believe it is about a girl who goes to a new high school and there are vampires there. I believe there are other monsters there as well, and I think it's very angsty and such, but I've seen this around, so I am excited to read it. I'm curious to see how much it is similar to Twilight, so I will be keeping you up to date on that. And for the last prompt, the pretty naked cover, I am reading The Gilded Wolves by Roshani Chokski. I am so excited because this has been on my TBR for so long. First off, the cover is beautiful, but then the naked cover, this was a pleasant surprise for me. I was running around ripping all of the dust jackets off of my books to find which one had a pretty naked cover, and this one was such a pleasant surprise. Stunning. I love it. Beautiful. So this is what I'll be reading. I cannot wait. It is very like Six of Crows, Ocean's 11, ragtag group have to go and do a heist. It's set in Paris, which makes my little francophone heart very happy. The last one in the series also just came out a couple of months ago, so it makes me very happy to know that if I start this one and fall in love with the series, I can just go ahead and finish it as well. So I'm also hoping to go visit a few of the other courts. So for the day court, I am reading The Tiger at Midnight by Swati Tirthala. This is about an assassin and a soldier who cross paths. Each one of them think they're calling the shots and making all the choices, and apparently they are not. This is based off of Indian history and Hindu mythology, and Anna Kate has read this book and absolutely loved it. So this one I couldn't say no to. For the winter court, my wintry themed book is Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. This is a Rumpelstiltskin retelling about a girl who learns how to spin gold. I have seen this one everywhere. It has also been on my shelf for a very long time. It has very high ratings on Goodreads as well, and it also feels like it's going to be a nice change of pace and a different story from a lot of the other books that I read. So for the autumn court prompt of a book with forest either in the title or on the cover, I am reading Forest of a Thousand Lanterns by Julie C. Dow. This is an East Asian inspired retelling of Snow White, but the Wicked Stepmother's story. So it's kind of like the prequel of it. So excited. So this is about a girl who has to deny her first love and kind of accept the wickedness inside of her, and she marries the king. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait. So it kind of sounds like it's a very morally gray female main character, which I feel like we get a lot of morally gray like male love interests a lot. So this one has definitely piqued my curiosity. So now for my Prithian travel guide visits. For the Illyrian Mountains, it is read a book with a bed sharing trope. This one was kind of a little bit difficult to find just because usually bed sharing trope isn't like marketed on the books, so I had to go with a lot of recommendations from other people as well as TikTok. So this is definitely a TikTok made me do it. But for the bed sharing trope, I am reading Radiance by Grace Draven. So this is about Kai, who is a prince, and Ildiko, who is the niece of the king. They apparently have an arranged marriage. Bed sharing trope is in it, but it sounds like their kingdoms are very hostile towards each other, and that's kind of the premise of the book. So definitely a TikTok made me do it. I'm very curious about this one. It has really high ratings on Goodreads, so I'm hoping that this is a good one. So for the Adriatic Grand Tour, which is read a book that is sea themed, I'm reading Daughter of the Pirate King by Trisha Levenseller. Now I have read Shadows Between Us, which is also by Trisha Levenseller, and I liked it. However, I have heard that this one is like phenomenal. Anna Kate loves this book. So this one is one that I cannot wait to get to. I also really love pirates and kind of sea themed books, so I think this one will be a fun one. So for Callias' Palace and the Farmlands of Autumn, those two prompts, I'm leaving those open. I love setting a TBR, but I am definitely a mood reader as well, so I'm going to give myself a little bit of wiggle room. When the month of June ends, I will be doing a wrap-up video talking about all the books that I read, how I felt about them, so I will be sharing the books that I am doing for those, but the prompts for Callias' Palace is read your next TBR book while drinking a wintry beverage. And then the prompt for the Autumn Farmlands is read a book with some romantic tension. So I'm also hoping to read a couple of books for those prompts, but I may switch it up, throw in another prompt here or there. We'll see how I'm feeling. But those are the books that I am hoping to read during the month of June, and I am so excited to participate in the Maassive Readathon. We will be doing reading sprints, live read-alongs, and a 24-hour readathon, so please be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter, as well as join the Maassive Readathon Discord, because we will be making a bunch of announcements and having all sorts of ways to participate, so be sure to follow us on all of those socials. But that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a comment down below on what court you are and the books that you're hoping to read for the month of June. I cannot wait to see all of them. But I hope you have a fantastic week. Happy reading, and I'll see you next time.